Hey everyone, welcome. Have you ever wondered how you could just automatically pull data from any website? Things like product prices, the latest news headlines, or sports scores? Well, today that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to build a web scraper from the ground up, and we're going to do it using the Go programming language. Let's dive right in.
This is Míra Developer by Mira World, where we break down programming and make it super clear and accessible for you.
So, let's kick things off with a question. You've definitely seen those websites that can compare prices from like a dozen different stores in the blink of an eye. How on earth do they pull that off? You don't think they have a whole team of people just manually checking every site every single second, do you? No way. The secret sauce is exactly what we're building today.
And that secret is called web scraping. It's really all about grabbing the power of automated data. This is the key that unlocks that just massive amount of information on the internet and lets us put it to work for our own projects.
Okay, so what is web scraping really? To put it simply, it's just using a program, a bot, to automatically go out, fetch, and pull information from websites. I mean, think of it this way. You're sending a super fast little robot to a web page to read it, and then it copy-pastes only the specific info you need into a nice, clean file. All for you.
And believe me, this isn't just some cool little party trick. It's actually the backbone of huge industries. We're talking data analysis for things like scientific research, price monitoring for e-commerce sites, market research for businesses trying to get a leg up on the competition, and all sorts of other powerful automation tools.
So here's our game plan for today. First, we'll cover what you're going to learn. Then we'll get into the three main steps: making the request, parsing the page, and extracting the data. After that, we'll see the final result, and then we'll get you ready to build your own.
And trust me, by the end of all this, you are going to have some brand new programming superpowers. These are really fundamental skills for anyone who wants to work with data on the web. More specifically, you're going to learn not just what web scraping is, but actually how to do it. You'll be sending requests to get a web page. You'll learn how to make sense of its HTML structure, and, most importantly, you'll be able to pull out the exact pieces of information you're looking for.
All right, time to get our hands dirty. Let's start with step one, making the request. So, the very first thing our scraper has to do is go to a website and just ask for its content. You can really think of this as politely knocking on the website's front door.
And in the Go programming language, that knock looks just like this. We use the built-in HTTP package, and we just call http.get with the URL we want to visit. Now, you'll notice it gives back two things: response and error. This is super common in Go. Response is going to hold the website's response, and error, well, that'll tell us if something went wrong. And just like that, with one single line of code, we've started a conversation with a web server.
Okay, so the website opened its door and handed us all of its content. But here's the thing. That content is raw HTML, and honestly, it can look like a total mess of tags and text. So step two is all about parsing that page. It's about making sense of all that chaos.
And this transformation right here is what's so powerful about parsing. See on the left? That's the raw, jumbled HTML the server sends back. That's what our program sees. But what we want is the clean, beautiful data on the right. Parsing is the bridge that gets us from that chaotic code to the clean, usable info we need.
Now, we could try to figure all this out manually, but oh man, that would be incredibly hard and probably a huge headache. So instead, we use a specialized tool. In the Go world, one of the best libraries for this is called GoQuery. It just gets the structure of an HTML document and gives us really simple commands to find exactly what we're looking for.
Let's move on to step three, which is where this all comes together. We've made the request, we've parsed the page with GoQuery, and now for the really fun part: extracting the exact data we want. This is like having a perfectly organized file cabinet and knowing exactly which drawer to pull open.
And this is where a tool like GoQuery just totally shines. See this? We use the find method with something called a selector. In this case, it's h1. Now, h1 is the standard HTML tag for a main title on a page. So this one command scans the entire document and gives us a list of every single h1 element it finds. From there, we can just loop through that list and pull the text right out of each one. So simple, right?
So after we run those three steps, what do we actually get? We go from these abstract lines of code to something real, something tangible: clean data. Let's take a look at the payoff.
And there it is. This is it. This shows you the power of what we just built. Look at that. In just a handful of lines of code, our program went to the site, it sifted through all that messy HTML, it found every main heading, and then it presented them to us in a clean, perfect list.
That is the aha moment of web scraping. Okay, so now you've seen how it's done. You get the core logic behind it. Now it's your turn to take these ideas and apply them. You actually have the skills to start building your own scrapers right now.
So let's just quickly recap what you can now do. You understand the entire workflow, right? Sending a request to get a page, parsing its HTML, and then using a powerful library like GoQuery to pull out the exact data you want. These are the absolute core skills of any web scraper.
And don't forget, this isn't just for fun or some academic project. These exact skills are in super high demand in fields like automation, where you can build bots to handle boring, repetitive tasks, or in data science, to gather huge data sets for analysis, and even in business intelligence, to keep an eye on what your competitors are up to.
So, I'll leave you with this question to chew on. What website are you going to scrape first? Huh? Maybe the headlines from your favorite news source, or product prices from an online store? I mean, really, the possibilities are pretty much endless.
If this explainer helped you out, definitely let us know by hitting that like button. And I genuinely want to hear your ideas, so drop a comment below and tell me the first website you're thinking about scraping. And of course, make sure you subscribe for more coding projects just like this one. Thanks for watching Míra Developer by Mira World. Happy coding, and I will see you in the next one.